I got to tell you, I'm pretty excited about this seventh-round pick. And you know it's really good when we're sitting here at the end of the draft and we're saying here, okay, all right, that'll work, right? Damien Martinez, running back from Miami, who our own Tom Downey had about a third or fourth round grade on. Seattle ends up picking in the seventh round at 223. Holy cow. Let's tell you more about the newest member of the Seattle Seahawks, Damien Martinez. And right away, you may be saying to yourself, doesn't this team have plenty of running backs? Sure. But the seventh round, you're looking at guys that are best available. And the fact that this guy was still around, yeah, we'll make it work. Damien Martinez from Miami checks in at 5'11", 217, a native of Louisville, Texas, 21 years old, a junior. And this guy did a lot at Miami. He had two 1,000-yard seasons in 2023 and in 2024 with 1,185 yards in 2023, 9 rushing touchdowns. He followed that up this year with another 1,000-yard campaign with 10 total touchdowns. His yards per carry in 2023 was good at 6.1, went up to 6.3 this year, and a combined 19 total touchdowns the past two seasons. One thing I like, too, not just a good runner, but he improved as a receiving back. He only had 16 receiving yards in 2023. That number jumped up massively. 11 catches, 204 yards this past season. His scouting report, good size for the position, thick lower body and runs with power. Quicker than you would think for a player his size. Wasn't used a ton in the passing game, but he developed more so this past season compared to what he was at previously. Still has to develop some in pass protection. Experience in both the gap and zone. Clearly a very good early down runner. And at least he can be a strong member of a committee. And that's what Seattle has here with Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet, Kenny McIntosh, George Holani. This is a situation where you're adding strength in numbers here with this running back core. And now with Martinez, in addition to what you already have, there's no reason why, even if, and I know there's been talk about potentially trading K9 or Zach Charbonnet, even if you move on from one of these backs, you should enter 2025 without question having one of the best running back rooms in football. This pretty much guarantees that with this pick of Damien Martinez. Grade the pick, A, B, C, D, or F. What do you think of this selection? We'll tell you more about Martinez in this sneaky good pick in just a moment, but we want to hear from you guys. I think it's an A grade. I love it for Seattle here. What do you guys think? Weigh in and let us know. Seahawks Today has been covering the NFL draft like no one else has here on YouTube, as we've brought you breakdowns of every single pick, in addition to the live shows we've done on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We're not slowing down. It's just because we don't have any live shows doesn't mean we're going anywhere. We're still bringing you grades tonight. We also got UDFAs tomorrow. It's all covered right here on Seahawks Today. Subscribe now for free. We're less than 200 subs away from 66,000 on the channel. Hit that sub button, youtube.com/Seahawks TV. Lock us in for daily Seahawks coverage you won't find anywhere else right here on the channel. So let's tell you more about Damien Martinez. He protects the football, did not have a single fumble, and that's an improvement from what he was in 2023, where he had 3 fumbles. The yards after contact, elite, if I'd say so myself. 4.51 yards after contact. And he also forces a lot of missed tackles, too. 57 in 2023, 42 in 2024. I love the build that he has, a thick lower body, more quick than you think with someone of that size. Good patience, good bounce. His testing was great. I have no idea why he slipped through the cracks and why he was available here in the 7th round, but here we are to Seattle's benefit. Dane Brugler of The Athletic had this to say. Martinez doesn't have the burst or wiggle to consistently make defenders miss, but he can power through over them and prides himself on the finishing ability to churn out positive yards. he can be a dirty work runner on an NFL depth chart. In a moment, we'll go over more details on what this shapes out for Seattle's running back room. But I can tell you there's a spot for Damien Martinez, and I'm excited about this. We'll tell you everything you need to know in just a bit. But first, today's sponsor is a new shaving company called House of Atlas. They gifted us one of their razors, and honestly, I'm kind of blown away. Not only does it look insanely sleek sitting in my bathroom, but it gives me an incredibly close shave. It feels weird to gush over a lineup of shaving products, but truly, House of Atlas makes some one-of-a-kind stuff. Not to mention, their products are all designed to look like they should have their own tech reveal. Whether it's the razor, the shaving cream, the aftershave, I like it all. I've been liking the shave cream, thick formula that shows me where I'm shaving and leaves my skin baby bottom soft. Their aftershave is awesome too. It doesn't burn like old school aftershave, but it does have a nice cooling sensation and smells really good. And now, for a limited time, they're offering 15% off your first order when you purchase any razor kit and the before and after set, which includes the Precision Shave Cream and Calming Aftershave. Use code CHAT at houseofatlas.com. That's HOUSEOFATLAS.com with promo code CHAT for 15% off your new razor kit and before and after set. Stop wasting money and time on shaving products that don't look good, aren't effective, and cost way too much. Visit houseofatlas.com today. Trust me, you'll love it as much as I did. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. House of Atlas, proud partner of Seahawks Today. All right, so now let's get to some negatives on Damien Martinez here. Now, we mentioned that his passing game numbers improved, but he wasn't used a ton in the passing game. 4 drops in the last 2 seasons, mostly on short stuff. He did show growth in pass protection, but you go back to his days when he was at Oregon State prior to Miami, there was some real roughness that needs to be worked out. The long speed, is it there? 4.51, the 40 time? Not, I'll say this, it was great for him, but you would hope it could get better. You're not going to really ask him to run a bunch of wide zone, outside run stuff. No real special teams value either with him. And here's another note. We got to be fair on this. He was initially suspended for Oregon State's 2023 bowl game after being arrested on suspicion of driving under the influence a couple of years ago. Now, the charges were later dropped, and Martinez was reinstated for the bowl game, but he did not play. So hopefully there's no glaring issues, and he's got the Uber app downloaded. Meanwhile, you look at the depth chart for Seattle's run game. We don't know if K9 and Zach Charbonnet are going to be back. I hope they are, but time will tell if they potentially get moved. Kenny McIntosh, I think, has shown his worth, that he's a very good number 3 running back, and he can be effective in the receiving game, can be used in special teams. George Holani wasn't bad for UDFA last year. I think immediately Martinez passes up Holani on the depth chart, and we're still figuring out the fullback situation. This running back room, the pieces are there. Is the offensive line there, though, to get the job done? I see improvements, but only time will tell if that will all come together with that running back room situation. But Damien Martinez, man, if you're Seattle here, this is one where you're saying, we got him. We got him. This is a steal for Seattle to get this guy as late as they did. And, I mean, it goes back to what we've been saying. It's been a home run draft from John Schneider. And I know a lot of you have had your fair share of concerns about John Schneider with some of the decisions that he's made, but they've been aggressive this offseason. Moving on from Geno, DK, Tyler Lockett, Roy Robertson, Harris. And here they are, and they're not holding back. They are going all in. And for a team that many people thought was rebuilding, they have reloaded. And Martinez, I think, I would be surprised if we don't see him on the field in some capacity in 2025. I think he's that good that you'll find a way. Even if you feel strong about Walker and Charbonnet and McIntosh. There is a way to get Martinez involved. And another thing I would say, the Seahawks have had terrible luck when it comes to injuries at the running back position over the years. We go back to Chris Carson, Rashad Penny, you name it. And you bring in a guy like Martinez now with fresh legs, then let's just say worst case scenario happens. If there's an injury to K9 or Zach Charbonnet, you're not wasting your time having to search for an older running back on the free agent market to kind of fill the void. You can turn to Martinez and say, yeah, we got a guy we feel confident in and that already knows our system that's already there. So you're preparing for the worst with this selection. Other picks for Seattle, Gray Zabel was the number one pick at 18. Nick Emanwari, the safety from South Carolina. I think you got 2 first-round quality players with those first 2 picks. Elijah Arroyo, the teammate of Damien Martinez. It's all about the U in Seattle these days, folks. Jalen Milroe, got your quarterback. John Schneider made it clear he wanted a quarterback. They were high on Jalen Milroe, met with him twice. They take him at 92. And then some of the other picks. Riley Mills, the defensive tackle from Notre Dame. Don't know if he'll play this year, coming off the injury. Torrey Horton, the wide receiver from Colorado State. There's some excitement about what he could do. Robbie Oots, tight end from Alabama, expect to be converted to kind of an H-back, fullback type. And then Bryce Cable, the guard from Kansas, who I'm very optimistic about. I think that was a good pick. So there you have it. Seattle goes with Damien Martinez, running back from Miami at 223. I love the pick. Now let's see what John does to finish this off with the final selections coming up in the draft. As we wrap up the 7th round, we'll have more analysis tonight with our draft grades, and we'll talk UDFAs tomorrow here on the channel. What's your confidence level in John Schneider now? When we were in the live show, I saw the tide shifting. People were down on John just even a couple days ago. And now, the last few days, he's won a lot of people over again. What's your confidence level stand now? Weigh in, let us know. For continuing Seahawks coverage, subscribe now to Seattle Seahawks Today, youtube.com/Seahawks TV to subscribe now. Draft grades coming up later tonight. UDFA breakdown tomorrow here on the channel. And then if you missed out on our live shows the last few days, no need to fear. Monday is almost here. We'll have a live show coming up on Monday as well as Wednesdays throughout the entire offseason here on the channel. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. Stay easy.